Right, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is now. Came home from being out and decided I was going to attack the Bakki Shoer plumbing to do it all internally rather than externally. Started messing about, and as you would expect, completely lost track of time. I've ended up doing a ton of stuff and not filming any of it. So, to catch up, this is the state of the filter house at the minute. Get rid of that, glue, pipes, everything, and you'll see there is a hole through the bulkhead there which was perfectly positioned for exactly this scenario. So what I've done is taken the pump out of the pond, the other side, taken all the pipework down. I've still got it, it's actually on the other side of the wall there, just on the floor at the moment. Turn the top shower around, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this plumbed in down here, 90 degree through the wall, which, as I say, is why there was a timber bulkhead through there, but you can see how close it was. Pretty good, eh? And then it will all be plumbed in inside. So I'm just trying to get the outside bit done today, because it's forecast pretty crap weather for tomorrow. So there you go, you can see the wall comes through, pipe will just go through the wall, and then, crikey, I can't even move in here, my drills are all over the floor. And then it will just be 90 degrees down here, down there, across there, and the pump will actually sit there. So, sorry about the mess, the wind is pretty bad, but as you can see, I've made a little table down there. Let's see if I can get down there for the pump to sit on. Whoa. And if I move all my drills and stuff out of the way, again, this is what I looked at the other day. So what I've done, that pipe I've cut so I can connect it if I ever want to put it back up. I'm not going to change that. I'm just going to put a cap on this end, and then I'm going to keep this piece of tube here, and if ever I want to put it back for this for some reason, which I don't think I will, I'll do it that way. But this will have a 90 coming out of it going that way, 45 up, 45 across, and then as I say, into the pump, which will then raise the water over there somewhere. So apologies for forgetting to film. As you can see, I'm just trying to get it all done before the weather turns. So I'm just going to paint that just to seal the wood, and then that can be drying while I'm playing about outside. But I'll try and remember to film it this time. Right, folks, apologies, because again I've just been cracking on and not filming, because I wanted to get the outside bit done in the dry because of the horrible weather it's forecast tomorrow. So that's where we are. So hopefully now it becomes clear why I was boring that 50mm hole through the timber bulkhead that I put in there exactly for this situation. If I wanted to run any pipes from the inside the filter house outside, I could have put all this gubbins the other side, and you could probably argue that it would have been more out of sight. But to be honest, I just wanted a shorter pipe run as possible, and by the time they mind your own business and, you know, might put some ivy or something growing up there, you just won't see that anyway. And I think from most views it's you know, it's sort of hidden by the post anyway. But anyway, that's the outside done. So that's all plumbed up and connected and level and straight and whatever it should be. So I'm quite pleased with that. Fish are wondering what the hell's going on. They keep thinking they're going to be fed a little bit more. Yes, I can see you big lump. The size of that rugby ball down there. Jeez. Yes, I know, I'll throw you some in a minute. But they've been wondering what's going on. But anyway, I'm quite pleased with that, because I can just I can play about tomorrow in the filter house and not have to worry about the rain, even though it's forecast whatever 50-mile-an-hour winds for us. So if we just take you into what's become looking like Beirut. So I've got fittings and bits and pieces everywhere. So as you can see, that's the pipe that comes through there, and I had literally about 5-10mm to play with at the top, so that's worked out perfectly. It was that's just cut over length, because obviously it's got to be basically it's got to do a 90 or a 45 or whatever here to turn it down there, and that the pump, I don't know how well you'll see that down there, but the pump is sort of in position. I think I'm gonna have it like that. I might turn it 45 degrees or something, I don't know. I might I'll play around with it tomorrow. It's just in there at the minute. I think yeah, I don't know. I'll see how it is in the morning. Fresh eyes and all that business. But yeah, if I show you down here again, this is just, I've done nothing more down here, but at least you can see that there'll be a 90-degree bend on here, to a 45 going up, to a 45 going in there, and that's, oops, sorry, can't get my fingers. So 45 there, up there, and just into there to give it that little bit of lift, and that then will be, I mean, it will obviously be self-priming because the water level is below the surface, and yeah, it will all be inside then, and that's what I really wanted. Probably gonna have to move a load of cups, but yeah. So I've still got a lot of fittings to get through, to do my 90s and bits and pieces, but I'm pleased with that. On the fittings front, just a massive shout out to Glyn at Westcroft Koi for getting me a load of fittings, and also to Danny from Danny's Koi Pond, who was at the My Boys Koi Grow and Show today, who did me a fantastic deal on a lot of fittings. So not only did I get enough fittings to actually do exactly what I wanted to today, I've also got fittings to replenish all the fittings that I've used up on other little projects along the way. So this is all really starting to prepare for having the my new quarantine tank, or grow on tank, whatever I want to call it when I get it. So that will start in earnest, the search for that, well, next week, to be honest. I'll finish this off tomorrow. This will be all done. That'll be all the piping on the big pond. Covers are coming off tomorrow. Can't stand them anymore. So every morning this big polycarb sheet here is folded over, and then I fold both of those over up here, so they have half the pond in the sunlight. But yeah, just had enough, to be honest with you. So as you can see, that big long pipe I did, that I was quite proud of, because it all worked first time in one go. I am actually leaving that all in situ. I was going to cut and carve that to save a bit of money, but if this doesn't work properly, or I want to change it, do something different with it, then obviously I've got the option of putting that straight back in and just turning the top tier around. So yeah, there we go. I'll catch up with you once I've done a bit more on this tomorrow. Right folks, as you can see, I'm back in the filter house this morning. Really pleased. Got the outside plumbing done yesterday. Didn't have much time to do, but managed to get it before the weather turned. But as expected, it's lashing down, and it's about 50-mile-an-hour winds at the minute. So fortunately, I'm doing all my bits and pieces inside today. Apologies for the noise, but the RO's just the RO's been going about 15 minutes, so I've got another 10 minutes to go. But anyway, just down here, as you would have seen before, that was all connected up. I've just disconnected this, so that was on there, and obviously that rubber was just there, and it gave that connection across for waste to be flushed away. So all I'm going to do here is cap that off, and then on here, probably still using a rubber boot, I'm just going to bring a line out. I've decided I want to try and run my pipe still sort of in this line, rather than taking up another line, because I like the floor clean, you know, free from anything really, in case there's a leak, or if I just want to sweep up or something. So I think what I'm going to do is come out. I might step it up with a 45 and then a 90. And then I don't know whether you can see that at the minute, but the pump is sort of in position on the back table. So if I just come up and show you where it is. So not how the table was designed for, because I thought I'd fit it the other way, but it fits absolutely fine. And what that does is it allows the upright pipe to come up here. So in theory, I've just got to put a 90 on there and connect it to a 90 on here. I'm obviously going to try and take it back as far as I can, so those cups are going to have to come off again in a minute, and probably put a ball valve or something there, but see where we go in a minute. I'll come back to you. So just to show you where I've got to now, as you can see, the pipe's just blanked off with the rubber. I've had a problem with 3.5 inch fittings. I bought two 3.5 inch fittings. 3 inch fittings. One is about 3.5 inch inside diameter, and this one's about 3.25. So this one I think will just pinch up nicely, but it's a 3 to 2. So what I've had to do is put a straight collar inside there and cut it down so that it's only that big for this to fit into. But what this does is just gives me enough lift, as you can see, to go over the top of that, and then that will go on there and go back up to the pump, if you can see where the pump hole is up there. So it'll just basically follow this this pipe that's already there to give me a reference point. So I'll get that connected and I'll come back to you. Right, we've got a bit further, just as the sun's come out and the rain stopped for a bit. So I just thought I'd show you how I'm going to set my pump up. So it's on a very basic wooden stand to keep it up off the floor, and I'm mounting it like that, so you can see the outlet straight up, and then the inlet will come in through that 90 degrees, which will connect to a 90 degree, which will sit on the bottom of that 45 there. So I'm just going to get the angles right, and then I can glue that all into place. But that is absolutely solid. Just use wire straps to hold it down. Might put another one in if it vibrates, but we'll see how we get on with that one. Well, we're still looking like a war site. Oh gosh. But what I've done now, as you can see there, we're all joined up, we're all fastened. I'm going to put another Jubilee clip on there, obviously. 2 Jubilee clips, that's all soldered. We've got into a 90, up a sweeping pipe to another 90 here. That's all soldered, and then that's all fixed. That's fixed, but obviously this pipe out the top isn't. So we're coming up to there, and all I need to do now, he says all I need to do is a 90 on there, across to a 90 on there, and then somewhere in the middle of there I may or may not put a valve. We'll see in a minute. I'm just going to see how much clearance I've got, because obviously once I've turned the shower off, the water will run out the system, and I need sort of come halfway up here anyway, so I haven't really got that much to get out if I take the pump out. But yeah, God, what's the time? Until it's been 4 hours since I started, because the RO's on again. It runs every 4 hours, so it's 12:30 at the moment. So I reckon another hour we should be done. Come back to you in a bit. So most of the bit on the floor was done blind, which is a real pain in the bum. So I was on the hands and knees with my torch, believe it or not, even with the lights on. But as I've just said, we're back to this main piece here now, and I've measured across on the outside of that pipe to get a line on the back of here. Basically, you can just see all my measurements, and what I've determined is that needs to go about there. So I need to saw this pipe off here, and as you can see, it ain't the easiest thing to saw. So if I swear, I apologise in advance. There is a big towel on the floor catching all the rubbish, because you know I couldn't do with all the rubbish falling behind here. There you go. A video of a man sawing. I think you've got enough room in here, but not really. So that basically goes on there. I'll put a line across there now, horizontal, to determine where that needs to go, and that basically will give me my space. As I've just said, I am contemplating putting a valve in there. Not really sure I need it, to be honest, so I'll have a think about that one, and I'll come back to you. So when I've done this, I'll pop back. Thank you. Right, I think I'm done. I've just had a bit of a tidy up, as you can see. Everything's tools are all got to go back in the shed. Fittings that I haven't used for now are all back on there, ready for the grow on project. But anyway, let's get back to this. So The valve is still closed. I haven't opened that at all yet, but everything is sealed, everything is Jubilee clipped. I haven't got a big enough Jubilee clip for that one, so I'll have to get some more in. Everything else is double Jubilee clipped and, as I say, sealed. So that goes up into the pump, which, as you can see, is on a little table to get it up off the floor. That goes into another pipe, 90-degree bend. You'll see I haven't put a ball valve on there at the moment. If I decide I want a ball valve on, either here or even in here, it's 2 cuts, so it's dead simple. But basically everything is in its place. So if we go and have a look outside, I've had to move some cups, so I'll put them on the top in a minute just to make sure they're still all on display. Let me just go. Oh gosh, it's raining again. Sun's out and it's raining. So there you go. Saw what I did here yesterday, putting the return this side and through the bulkhead. So I'm going to turn it on. I've left it an hour while I've been tidying up, just for the glue to go off. So I'm going to turn it on. Well, not turn it on, sorry. I'm just going to open the gate, the ball. Gotta get my words right. To open the slide gate just to let the water in to the system and see if there's any leaks. Then give that 10 minutes, and if it's still bone dry, I'll put some tissue paper and stuff all around here. Then obviously I'll turn it on. So I'll come back to you in a bit. As you can see, I've put tissue paper. That's the wind. I put tissue paper all over the floor and all around and all over the pump there, kitchen roll, just to see if there's any drips. I mean, in an installation like this, if you're going to get any drips, I find it's always going to be from the pump mountings. So far so good. As you can see, I've put the cups back up there temporarily. They've been dishomed. So I have turned it on. It's just running at 36 watts, which is about 10%. So go and have a look, and it should be running exactly the same as it was the other day when I had the pump at the bottom of the pond. So there you go. No leaks out of there. Obviously all that will be hidden, all the Jubilee clips and everything. There'll be some black bandage, black self-adhesive bandage that just goes around that, just to hide all the silver shininess. And then obviously when there's mind your own business or something growing up, you won't see it anyway. But there you go, it's working again. I think that is just as good as it was before. I'll have the top off in a minute just to make sure the spray bars are spraying evenly. I'm pleased with that. Even the fish have come to have a look. So I'm going to leave that running for an hour. If I have any problems, I'll film it basically and show you how I got over the problems. But hopefully that should be it. And what I might do this afternoon, bearing in mind it's already about 3 o'clock I think, is I'm going to put these blooming covers away for the winter and just go with what we've got. So there you go, fish are happy. Wondering what the hell's going on, but there you go. Look at the size of that rugby ball. Good stuff, right? As I say, I'll come back to you if there's any problems. Fingers crossed. Done the trick, and there's no pipe work in the pond, so that's what I really wanted. Great stuff. Back again, folks. It's been 2 days. This is the second day since I did the Bakki Shoer. So I'm just going to give you an update to finish this video properly, basically, so you know what happened and where I've got to. I'll turn you around. So I've left all the tissue. I keep calling it tissues, bloody kitchen roll. Left all the kitchen roll on the floor and my bits and pieces, so you can see if there's any leaks, and clearly there isn't. The valve's open. Used the old bit of hose pipe trick just to make sure it doesn't work its way back down again and close off while the pump is running. But yeah, that's as it was. You can see absolutely bone dry, no leaks at all. Now, after a day's running, being completely open and honest, as I would expect, there was the tiniest of tiniest blooming trickles from here, which is why I've got this piece of kitchen roll round here now specifically to catch that. And as you can see, it's bone dry now. But all I did basically was I cracked the top off. I did take that off completely. So basically when this system isn't running, the water in the drum is about there, so it's only there inside the pipe once the everything's turned off and the valve's shut. So I just put a big towel around here, cracked it, let all the water out, you know, so it sits about here, and literally just wet a towel. In fact, that's why that towel's hanging up there on the door. That was the towel. But basically cracked it, put some more PTF, took this bit off, put some more PTF tape around, redid it all up, reconnected it all up, and that's it basically. So it's been running now for, you know, another day without since that was done. And as you can see, this is absolutely bone dry, so I'm going to leave that there for another day or so. But everywhere, yeah, you can just see everywhere on the floor is just bone dry. I put paper all over the place because I like to be sure. But there it is, up, across and out. Cups are still there for now until I find somewhere better to put them, although to be honest with you, I quite like that. It's like a little shelf, isn't it? But what has this done for me? We'll have a look outside in a minute, but what has this done for me? Basically, I wanted to put a Bakki Shoer on, but I didn't want to pull any more. I didn't want to use this, which I could have done. I didn't want to put the other one here, which I could have done, because yes, that feeds into the drum, but it also then, for me to take you know, a feed from the other end, is pulling more water through the media quicker, whereas I don't want that to happen. I want more pull on the bottom drain, but not more pull through the media. So obviously this was redundant, because I don't purge anymore like that. I rod my drain, but it's far more economical and much better. So that 3-inch hole there effectively is in the clean side of the drum, because you can possibly see where the screws go around here. That's where the drum's mounted. So that basically means that what I'm doing now is still pulling water through the drum. It's clean water pulling through here now and going over the Bakki Shoer. So my oh crikey, I've got the rain, perfect timing. Yeah, so I've got my normal amount, so it's turning the pond over through the media at about 10,000 litres an hour. But then the pump, whatever I pump through on this particular pump, so I've still got my 18,000 on 35%, I've still got my 1200 on, blah, 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 what is it, 35% as well I think, and I've got this one just on 10% at the minute, because I'm just playing with it basically. But whatever I pull through here, whatever I turn this up to, is giving me more pull on the bottom drain, but without extra pull through the filter. So that's like a cheap and cheerful good use of you know, what you've got available to you, I think. And that pump's just really idling along. We're going to have a quick look outside, and I'll make an apology before we get there, because I did say I was going to take the covers off, but with the strong winds and everything coming, you'll clearly see I didn't. But what I did have to do is put some water cans full of water on there to hold it down. But anyway, that is it. That's the shower now. That's running at just 10% at the minute, because as I say, I've been testing it up and down. I've had it up to 80%, and it is a real torrent. You'll probably see that on future videos. But yeah, what this has done is taken all the pipe work, all the pump and everything out of the pond, and it's all fed through here now. So the only thing really in the pond is the bottom drain, still down there. You'll see it, and there's the air curtain that sits up the end, and there's the little fishies. I think, to be honest with you, it's woken them up. I mean, they were pretty active anyway, because obviously I'm heated and I'm still feeding and all that good stuff, but they are far more active now than they were before I turned it on. So they're obviously getting a little bit excited, whether it's more oxygen in the water or what, I don't know. But you can't grab the size of that rugby ball. He's just biggie small. He's getting out of control. And there's Lancelot. Come and say hello. Yes, I'll give you some food in a minute. So that's it, blokes. I am definitely going to call this video to an end here. So thanks for watching. Hopefully anybody with an Aussie drum now, if they want to fit a Bakki Shoer on, just be aware that you've got an option for using that purge valve at the bottom as your feed. It's really, really good. And yeah, I'll continue using it. If there's any ups or downs on the back of this, then I'll let you know, obviously, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, have a good one.